Hello, ni hao, konnichiwa. Today we're going to be focusing on a very interesting stock that you might want to add to your portfolio. It has actually gone up 14.7% every single year on an average basis since 1994. So that's a pretty incredible return, especially because the S&P, the average return if you just owned the S&P is about 9.1%. So you would definitely be, if you had owned it all this time, you would have definitely outperformed the S&P. Now you're going to say, is this a risky stock you're trying to promote, Michael? Is this some kind of tech company that has some kind of shaky revenue stream? Nope. Actually, the way it operates seems pretty stable to me. In fact, I would say it's a pretty conservative company, ironically. The company name is Realty Income. Now this is an incredible stock. This company owns 6,500 commercial real estate properties, freestanding properties. And I know what you're about to say. You're going to say, Michael, commercial real estate is garbage. Nobody shops in stores anymore. Everybody is going on Amazon to buy things. So this doesn't make any sense anymore. Well, on some level, you're right. That there are a lot of problems with commercial real estate. You see for lease signs all over the place. You see a lot of vacancies. But if you buy Realty Income, 98% of these properties they own are actually already rented, and they're rented for long leases, 20 to 30 years, and they have built-in rent increases, so it's not as though you lose out to inflation either. And the other thing is that's really important is understanding the tenants that they have. They have a lot of blue chip, very high grade commercial tenants, and one of the reasons, another part of this is that they're focusing on tenants who are kind of Amazon proof. In other words, they're not competing, these stores, they're not competing with Amazon. As an example, they have a lot of 7-Elevens. Does 7-Eleven compete with Amazon? Not really. When you go to 7-Eleven or you go to a dollar store, it's about getting things right now. In the case of the dollar store, it's about the fact that it's very cheap, and you cannot get items for $1 on Amazon because it's just not worth their time. And then with the shipping costs and everything, it just doesn't work out that way. And the same is true with 7-Eleven. The reason you're going to 7-Eleven is you want it right now, whereas as fast as Amazon is, it's not going to get you things this moment. And there are other examples, and I know that right now this is a very tough time period in the US because we have a lot of lockdowns and issues to deal with the virus going around the world. But the one issue that's interesting is that despite the fact a lot of commercial landlords have had a tough time right now because their tenants have not been able to pay the rent, with Realty Income, they received 80% of the rent that they were due in the month of March, which is pretty remarkable. And a lot of it has to do with the kind of tenants they have, like CVS stores, 7-Eleven, Walmart, and I mean they own also movie theaters, of course. They also own they do lease to movie theaters as well, and they also lease to gyms, and I think that's less than 10% as far as I know of their tenants. So, but eventually that's going to come back too. So I think that what's nice about this company is that it's pretty stable. They have a stable source of revenue, except for maybe the movie theaters and the gyms. That's the only thing that I would say at the moment is a little bit uncertain. But at the moment, I think the stock price is down about 35 to 38% from where it was around in January. So in my view, you might be able to get it at a discount. See, I almost got scared by this. So you might be getting it at a discount. The other thing that's nice about Realty Income is that they pay their dividends every single month. And in fact, the dividends increase over time. In fact, and on an earnings call recently, someone asked about whether the dividends will be cut, because that's always a worry. A lot of dividend paying stocks, their dividends actually are being cut, whereas Realty Income, they said the dividend is sacred. So I think that there's, I could be wrong, but it does seem like there's a minimal chance very minimal chance that the dividend will be cut. In fact, I think over the long run, the dividend will be increasing. So one of the reasons why someone would buy a company like Realty Income, let's say you need a monthly source of income every single month. Maybe you want to use it to pay property tax. Maybe you wanted to pay your part of your mortgage or your HOA fees or any kind of predictable bill that comes by. I think that it would actually be a very good that's a really good reason to buy it, because also it's not something that's completely unpredictable. If you buy some kind of high-flying tech stock, you don't know if it's going to become the next Facebook or the next MySpace. Whereas if you're buying these something like Realty Income that basically has a lot of long-term tenants, and most of them are not designed to compete against Amazon, I think that's a pretty good choice. Now, of course, I could be wrong. It could actually turn out to be a terrible investment. But here's the thing, you should do your own due diligence. You should not just buy something that some guy on the internet tells you to buy. You should actually really seriously look through this and determine if it's really right for you. And in my own full disclosure, I do own it at the moment, and I think that it will be a pretty good long-term hold if I want to have something safe in the portfolio. Especially the dividends, which I could use to buy. I don't actually choose to reinvest it because I would prefer to use the dividends to buy other stocks instead. So let me know what you think in the comments, whether this is the kind of stock that you would buy. The stock symbol is O, by the way, just in case you're interested. And definitely you need to subscribe and hit the like button, because if you don't hit the like button, it's a sign you don't want to get wealthy, just because wealthy people always hit the like button and subscribe. So stay awesome. See you in another video.